Circle of Hope pastors are here. Welcome to our video cast. Someone asked, we're right in the middle of Advent, if you need our time and place, and we're in the week of the prophets. And so we're wondering, the question is, who is a modern day prophet, right?
It has to be someone who's living.
All right, so it has to be someone who's alive, no dead people, no dead prophets, all living.
Well, there are a bunch of those, but our question is limited.
Yeah, we don't think prophets need to be alive. We're only talking about living prophets. Right? That's the basis.
Okay.
All right. So who are living prophets?
We had one come speak sometime in this past year, Dominique Gilliard. I was thinking about him. I have his book right here. Really
Show us the book. Yeah, cool.
Rethinking Incarceration. It's he's advocating for justice that restores and talks a lot about mass incarceration and its connection to mental health systems and immigration, and he looks a lot at our history and how it informs our current state in the United States.
Excellent.
He also is able to tell his message. You know, a lot of people believe that, but he has an artful way of saying it. The book is well written, and when he came to speak, the sermon that he gave at 2007 Frankfurt Avenue was dynamite. I thought it
was so good. Yeah,
it was convincing and like well crafted. So like the prophet is an artist too.
If you wanna, you can go online, by the way, on circleofhope.net and look through our archive and find that sermon. Should you be interested in listening to it, I also recommend it. Who else?
Well, speaking of artists, I would say that almost any poet, whether they have very much faith or not, is prophetic, because not only is the prophet uplifting the cause of justice, which many of the Hebrew prophets were very interested in. I think the prophet is unveiling the reality of God with us, especially here and now in the post-Advent world. Jesus became human and revealed something about humanity that is deep within us. And so it's transcendent. The truths that the poet speaks are something that we all know, and that's why they're really good.
Oh, yeah.
Because they resonate. And that resonance has a transcendence that is in the present and in the future. So it has this... maybe that's what transcendent means.
So who's your poet, Ben?
Oh, yeah. The one that I was thinking of is Christian Wyman. I found him in a book of essays that he wrote called My Bright Abyss, which told the story and his reflection on having a cancer diagnosis, which he, thank God, lived through and has gone on to write other poetry. Most recently, the one that I read was called Hammer is the Prayer.
I like how we're coming up with some kind of a basis for what a prophet is. They speak transcendently. They also communicate clearly. What else? Who else are the prophets?
Johnny, I got 3. I'm sorry, I cannot.
What? No, you said you were going to only have 2.
I'll make it quick. But Kendrick Lamar,
Wait, why Kendrick?
Because he describes the powerful elite in our culture, and he is trying to call together a resistance, the revolution, and he sees himself as an active participant in that. Secondly, Annie Dillard. She's a writer who brings out the glory of God and creation and calls us to worship God, not creation. And she even calls us to worship God in the church meeting, even though that seems absurd sometimes because we're just broken people. She says, go to church and worship this God of glorious creation. And lastly, I'd say Jordan Burge, because he is wicked smart and humble, and he calls us to prayer. He's part of the Hope at Frankfurt Ave.
Oh, yeah, I know that guy. Yeah.
I like Jordan a lot. He leads the centering prayer on Saturday mornings at Frankfurt Ave. If you want to, if you feel the call to prayer, and you want to join him in the people that do this kind of contemplative prayer. What's a book by Annie Dillard that they can read, Rach?
Holy the Firm. think that was
Teaching a-
one of her first ones.
Teaching a stone to talk is very good as well.
Mm.
So we have a lot of prophets here that are alive, and during this Advent week, as you're imagining, as we're thinking about this distant Messiah that's coming to save us, not even that clear about how he would emerge to us. May these modern day prophets, these living prophets, inspire you. So keep journeying with us during Advent, during our times of worship relief, during our Sunday meetings, and during the other things that are happening in our community. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.